Yeah.
Our partners have the exact same kind of rules. I think they mistakenly followed our policies and went down this this horrific path. And so in the unclassified world, we can't talk.
Yeah.
We can go super secret. We can go SAP. We can find the best tech in the world.
Oh, it's super easy
I can't
to do
chat.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is like, that's something we got to tackle. Is this?
Agree.
Yeah, the policy and the tech that allows that.
Agree.
First of all, can we just talk about the term innovators? Holy crap. You said it like 3 times just now. Innovation
With such disdain.
With such disdain. Innovation organizations, innovation community, innovation ecosystem.
Innovation is a lie.
And Air Force is like talking about an innovation career field. Come on. Like we
That's
have
your son's name tape.
Oh yeah, innovation actualizer.
What's up, Arcady?
Yeah. We have beaten that term to death. It's almost meaningless now. I actually think there's an inverse relationship between successful deployment of capabilities and the word innovation in your job title.
Yes.
So, and it's because we've confused innovation with creativity. It's like, oh, if you're creative, you're an innovator. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Like the key to innovation is entrepreneurship. Can you actually deliver something that has a meaning, has a product market fit, that actually changes something? Like that's innovation. And every time we call something innovative and we give them sticky notes, it's actually not moving the ball forward. It's actually almost discrediting this entire notion of creativity and entrepreneurship inside of bureaucracy. So anyway, that wasn't your question. But
but it's funny, right?
Yeah.
I got, I think it got stripped out. I was in a podcast with sort of an innovation group, and I think they didn't even end up airing it because I went on this tirade of like, hey, this is all fucking performative bullshit. And having all of these discussions and posting all of this fucking churn or chum, whatever on LinkedIn, and not actually thinking about the outcome and how we're going to actually solve the problem. So fucking diagnose the problem and then actually get to some practical application, right? Innovation without a practical application is just theater.
Correct.
So getting that, how do you though, right? Here's the question. So I'll go back. And I mean, I joke about Stanford all the time, but so I'm a fucking hacking for defense kid at Stanford.
Sure.
Right? How do I understand as I look at the Department of Defense? How do I understand what's real and what's theater? Because I can't fall down right now without running into an innovation organization.
I'll turn that around. I'm not sure if you're a hacking for defense kid at Stanford or anywhere else. And I say kid, even though like half.
Or I'm a young startup founder.
Yeah, half of them are grad students and stuff. So there's a couple things. The first one is, don't look at them to say, are they real? It's like, is the DoD real or not? You know, you may not be able to tell. You don't know the organizations.
Yeah.
Actually understand if you're real. And when I get at this, like one of the things that I'm concerned about is this, I'll quote someone else. It's like the death of expertise. Like we think like that innovation is the domain of the young. I actually totally disagree. Like the young people, no offense to young people, maybe I'm saying this guy sound like an old guy, but the young people don't have the
stay off my fucking grass.
They don't have the experience. They don't have the scars. You have to actually be an expert at something in order to innovate that thing. If you're innovating in an area you do not understand, where you don't know the context, you don't know the history, you don't know the policies, you don't know why things are the way they are, it's really hard to innovate that. Yeah. And I know there's a bunch of people out there who can say, no, that's not true. This
is the OD heel turn. I like this. Yeah. You die a hero or you become the villain.
That's exactly
it. You fucking...
Yeah. And so I think this path towards progress and modernization is not going to come through the young. It's the old battle-scarred person who's been there, the lieutenant colonels, the colonels, or the startup founders like on their second or third startup, or they came out of their DoD, now they're doing a startup, they want to solve something. If you're an expert, now's when you can go to the DoD and go, you know what? I've been there, I've done it. Either I know the tech or I know the mission. Here's how you could do it better. Yeah. So the idea of like, is the DoD real or not? Is it innovative theater or not? Sure, that's an interesting question. My question is the people to giving the solutions, are they innovation theater? Yeah. Because the DoD looks at it and goes, the DoD's like, oh my gosh, it's somebody from Stanford. They must be brilliant.
Yeah, there's this weird like archetype that like people have a kink for.
Yeah, definitely. Now,
I don't know if I can say kink on the podcast.
All that
kink
said,
with the lights on, it's fine.
All that said, I'm a huge Stanford fan, as you know, which I think why you ridicule Stanford all the time. But anyway, it's a great school.
It's a great school. Great school. Yeah, huge. Anyway. So talk to me. We're gonna do a little shameless plug for some of the work we're doing together.
Sure.
Talk to me a little bit about the problem we're trying to solve. And I mean, honestly, like the conversation that got me to come over here, right? Like I sit on my deck over the summer and you and Peter call and you're like, we've got an idea.
I'm not sure exactly what I said that made it come over. It may not have.
Might have been the Natty Light seltzers.
It may not have all been truth. I was literally like, I'm like walking the streets of Dubrovnik at the time, and I'm like, maybe had a couple beers by then. But anyways, great conversation. I'm glad you joined. So the problem we're trying to solve, it is really hard to get commercial tech into the DoD. Like, and I think anyone who's been in the DoD and you've used a piece of software that's 10 years old, the reason it's 10 years old is nobody wants to go through the process of updating it. Like the accreditation process to update is a nightmare.
Yeah.
The commercial company doesn't want to do it, and the government doesn't want to do the paperwork again. They did it once. Hey, you got your product. Be happy with that, soldier. You know, the DoD accrediting official doesn't want to do it again. And so, in this era of cloud, it's gotten even worse because software is updating so much faster.
Yeah.
And every person joining the military is using incredible technologies at their house. And they join the military and like, oh my gosh, this is sad.
Yeah.
And they don't want to be there anymore. And so, like, how do we get this best tech in the DoD? And at the end of the day, like, where I came at this is the China angle. Like, how can we compete against a great power like China if we can't even get modern software?
Yep.
So what we're trying to solve is that problem. And the way we're tackling it is like, hey, let's do a technical solution, which is let's use code to check code. Let's use real modern security practices. Let's use, I'm not going to throw out technical stuff because I'm talking to you, but, things like infrastructure. This
Could you get in a bar while people are watching?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll put that one on the fridge. I'll let you have a win. You fucking dork.
So, all these concepts of infrastructure as code, all these concepts of compliance as code, like there's things that we should be doing that are the right ways to use software to check software. Yep. And, if we do it right at the company, I think we make it quicker for dozens or hundreds of commercial products to get into the DoD clouds and get accessible through DoD networks.
Yeah. I mean, the converse, making it easier and increasing the variety of tech that's available to the broader national security community. And I mean, I'll put an inflection on, I know we talk about it as DoD a lot. Like it's bigger than that, right? Like you and I are out talking to a bunch of our Five Eye partners about the same problems and about how do we promote interoperability and sort of software development deployment at the speed of relevance, to use like a super buzzword, but a real one, right? Like how do we and how can we beat China or create, effectively combat great power competition has to be a partners and allies play, right? It can't be DoD just gets better at some weird singular flywheel and then innovation wins.
Yeah. So I would love to jump in this real quick. So something I always like to think about, you look at the F-35, truly one of the greatest pieces of technology out there. And like I've bagged on it before, other people have, and a lot of companies
now it flies.
Yeah, it flies.
Cool.
Like, there are some cost issues with it. There's some other issues. But at the end of the day,
see, that's your DoD background. Though.
I know.
Cost doesn't matter. Y'all are like, the money just shows up every year. This is sick.
Yeah, but from a technology standpoint, it is fantastic. And it's incredibly classified. Yep. Yet we operate that with a wide range of foreign partners. We have foreign partners helping build it. It's built all over the world. It's operated by people at a highly classified level. So we can work with partners on the F-35, yet we can't chat with them.
Yeah.
Like I can't do an unclassified chat with a Five Eyes partner because, oh no, it's not accredited. Yep. And, it's bad enough that we can't accredit, but they're the same way. So our partners have the exact same kind of rules. I think they mistakenly followed our policies and went down this horrific path. And so in the unclassified world, we can't talk.
Yeah.
We can go super secret. We can go SAP. We can find the best tech in the world.
Oh, it's super easy
I can't
to do
chat.
that. Yeah.
So this is that's something we got to tackle. Is this?
Agree.
Yeah, the policy and the tech that allows that.
Agree.
Yeah.